So today we're going to dive right in. Today we are talking about the number one question to ask yourself when your content and visibility game starts to feel hard. When you start to feel that frustration or that, the clarity starts to recede and the fuzz steps forward, or you're losing your momentum, right? You need this question in your toolbox. We're going to talk about what happens when you don't have this question in your toolbox and why it's such a game changer for reaching your business goals and collapsing timelines.
Welcome, I'm Kelsey, soul embodiment coach and biz mentor, helping women soulpreneurs unleash their Creatrix CEO so they can build a business they love, express their magic in medicine, and live their version of happy, successful, and impactful.
So, let's break it all down. This question is something I learned from Julia Wells, I believe. And again, so pivotal for me and also for my clients. And I started seeing this. This is why starting slow and really like taking the time to hone your craft is so valuable. I started seeing this pattern with the clients that I was working with. And so I've given them this question to use as well. And it's a game changer. Okay. So here's the thing. When you are running a business as an online entrepreneur, when you are a coach, a healer, a spiritual or heart-centered entrepreneur who is running a personal brand, that's what I want to say. When your business has your face plastered all over the front of it, when your business is also a personal brand, which is really what we see happening in these coaching and spiritual transformation spaces, right? So when your business is a personal brand, it is so easy to have all of that become enmeshed, right? To have this like codependent relationship with your business where you are the business and the business is you and there's no degree of separation. But here's the thing, you get to be a whole, full human who is also running a business. There gets to be that spaciousness. There gets to be that degree of separation. You get to have that, okay? You are not your business. And in some ways, your business isn't your baby. Like it is your baby. It's this thing that you're building and creating and birthing, but it also gets to be its own autonomous like entity outside of you, right? So this is a really nuanced conversation because they are so connected. But at the end of the day here, for your personal empowerment, you get to be a whole, full human who's also running a business. Your business gets to be this, there gets to be that degree of separation and spaciousness here, okay? And so what happens is when we don't have this question in our toolbox, we forget that. We start entering all of our business endeavors from this mindset that it's all us. And so when we start to feel some kind of way, if we start to feel unmotivated or you wake up on the wrong side of the bed some days, right? And just, the vibe is off or whatever, you're hormonal, all the things, right? And so if you start to feel some kind of way, you start to project that onto the business. And so it's like, if you are having a day where you're feeling unclear, then it's like, oh my God, that translates into all of your business work and all of your business action. And then you're like, oh, all of your business goals. And you start to question everything and doubt everything. And like, what am I even doing? And, like the business isn't working. The business isn't growing fast enough. The business, blah, 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 blah. All because you were having some feels because you were being a human, right? And so that's why this question is such a game changer, because it provides you that degree of separation. It helps you enter into that mindset that you get to be a whole, full human with all the feels, and the business gets to operate and run and be outside of that. It gets to exist outside of that, okay? So then this question is so simple. Are you ready for it? It's, what do I need and what does the business need? What do I need and what does the business need? Oh, even just saying it like makes me feel like spacious. Oh my God. Like, okay, what do I need and what does the business need? Because here we are creating that, again, that degree of separation and that spaciousness where you get to show up for you. You get to practice self-care. You get to go, okay, today I'm needing XYZ. and the business needs this. And so I take care of me, I show up for me so that I can continue to show up and serve the business and serve the business vision and serve the business's needs, right? And so often what happens when we don't have this question in our toolbox, or when we don't have tools that help us access that mindset of separation and spaciousness, even though it's a personal brand, is that, again, we enmesh it all. And so when we're feeling some kind of way, that we translate that to the business isn't working, right? And one of the reasons this is so powerful is because when you are an online entrepreneur and you are operating in this online industry and in this online space, which I'm just going to be honest, is inflated and full of pressure, all of this pressure to perform and be successful in the way that success and picture perfect success is touted on these online platforms, right? There is this, it used to be that 5K months were the thing that everyone was like aspiring to achieve. And now it's 10K months, right? Or fuck you guys, now it's like 100K months. And so there's like all of this industry pressure to be that 7-figure business owner, or that 6-figure business owner, or that person that's making the 100K months or the 50K months or the 10K months or whatever it is. And that is like this gold standard that everyone's trying to achieve. And so when you are holding yourself to that standard and you are brand new to business, like that is such a leap. That is such a ladder to climb. It feels disempowering from the get-go, right? And so when we are inundated with all of this industry noise and all of these success stories about, I generated $50,000 in sales from this one post, which is a great hook, right? But the hook has no context. If you're not reading the if you're not reading the context that this person has been in business for 6 years, building a warm audience, serving the shit out of their people, building that relationship, learning about all of their needs and how to talk to their soul-aligned clients and how to create products that are actually serving the problems that their clients have, to the point where their audience is so warm and so in trust. Sorry guys, I had a call come through. Oh boy. Okay, I had a call come through. Oh goodness. Okay. Are we there? I had a call come in. I'm so sorry. As I was saying, when we're inundated with all of these hooks, right? We're scrolling through our feed and just becoming more disempowered and more unmotivated because we're comparing ourselves and where we're at in the beginning of our business to these people who've been in business for X amount of years, like 6, 8, 10 years. To the point where they've built that audience and they know exactly how to speak to their people because they've put in the time and the effort to hone their craft. And so they put one post out and generate all this, revenue. Like that is such a beautiful thing, but it's, it feels, like I said, disempowering and unmotivating. Because we're here. And so there's no point in comparing yourself here to someone who's up here, right? There's a different strategy. There's a different game plan. There's a different, you have to show up differently than that person because you are in a different place, a different space of business. And that's okay. And guess what? The person up here that's already living that gold standard, that's making that level of money or has that level of following or audience or whatever, guess what? They started where you're at now. Okay? They started where you're at now. We all start somewhere. And so, again, the reason this question is so, so valuable and is a tool that you need to be implementing yesterday is because it helps you remember, again, it puts you into that mindset where there's this degree of separation. Just because you're feeling some kind of way doesn't mean that your business is failing or not growing fast enough or not not moving quick enough or generating enough money or reaching enough people, because you have when you are new in business, you have an entirely different strategy and game plan than someone who's up here. All right. So it just helps you remember, like, oh yeah, my business is working. My business is doing its thing. My business is continuing to gain momentum and grow. And so what do I need today? I need a little extra love. I need a little extra nourishing. I need a little extra care. I need to release some charge. I need to go dance it out. I need to go have a moment. I need to go move some energy with my voice or do some energy work or whatever. I need to phone a friend and just vent. Like, whatever it is that you need, you get to have your whole full human experience, and your business just gets to keep on going. It just gets to keep on running on the side, and you get to have that spaciousness, right? Does that make sense? So, again, when content and visibility starts to feel hard, because when you're in the beginning of your business, content is queen and visibility is everything, right? You need to be consistently putting yourself out there, whatever consistency means to you, right? That gets to be relative, but your business needs consistent visibility. Your business needs, and therefore your business needs content. It needs collaborations. It needs connections, right? It needs networking. Your business needs that visibility momentum, that visibility wheel to keep turning, so that the momentum keeps turning, so that you're reaching more people, you're getting out there into other people's audiences, you're building your own audience, right? So that your content and your visibility game is what starts that momentous, process. And we grow from there, we build from there, right? But that really is the foundation. It is getting your message, your face, your words, right? Whatever it is, out there into the space where people can find it and see it and engage with it and go, is this for me, right? Ooh, I want to learn more. Okay. So literally, when you're in the beginning of your business, content is everything, visibility is everything. So when that starts to feel hard, when you start to, again, the clarity starts receding and you start feeling fuzzy, when the motivation starts to wane, or when you find yourself in that Instagram doom scroll and you're like, this is impossible. Like, why am I even in business, right? That's when you get to have that degree of separation and go, oh yeah, my business just needs me. My business just needs it needs the wheel to keep turning. My business just needs that content and visibility game to keep moving, to keep spinning, to keep tracking one tick forward, right? We just need to keep the consistency up like a well-oiled machine. But what do I need to make that happen so that I can show up and serve that? That's a whole nother story, and I get to figure that out. Like, I get to go have that human experience, right? That's the difference, is when we don't have that, we set the business aside, we set the business down, and we stop showing up for it. Because again, it's enmeshed. We think of ourselves as one thing with the business, okay? But think about it this way. This is how you can be the most delicious, supportive boss to yourself, is giving yourself this degree of separation. Because when it comes to like other areas of your life, maybe your 9-to-5 or your regular job, right? Or like being a parent, or whatever, think of some kind of like responsibility that you have as a human. You give yourself this grace in those moments. Like there's something in your life that you, I know there's something in your life where you give yourself this grace and this spaciousness, where you go, okay, I need to show up for this thing. It's kind of a non-negotiable. So like, what do I need? How can I take really great care of myself so that I can show up for that thing feeling good and, feeling motivated or feeling empowered, so that I can get and stay actionable on this thing that I know I need to show up for, that is a non-negotiable in my life. Your business gets to be that thing. You are not your business, right? There gets to be that degree of separation. My business is working. It's doing its thing, right? Like, all it needs is that consistency and that momentum So what do I need so that I can continue to show up, get and stay actionable on that, right? Wow, like that feels so good to have that tool. And so seriously, start implementing this now, like right now. You put that in your toolbox, pull it out whenever you need it. Remind yourself of that every day. Like, I get to be a whole, full human and the business gets to run on the side. Now, here's the caveat that's really, really important for this conversation. This really only works as a tool if you have a strategy, if you have a game plan, if you have a roadmap that you are implementing and executing on, okay? This doesn't really work well. It doesn't serve you long-term. It doesn't work in your favor if you are throwing spaghetti at the wall without a plan, right? Your business, what does your business need? Your business needs a plan. It needs a strategy. And so this works, this question works as a really powerful tool when there is that plan, when there is, some level of consistency or process that you are building for your business, that you are implementing and executing on a regular basis, right? Because if you don't have that, this question, doesn't really serve you as powerfully as it can, because your business doesn't need you just throwing options out there, seeing what sticks. Your business needs you to be executing like a CEO, like a boss, which is, here's the game plan. We are going to implement this. We're going to try this for 30 days or 90 days, right? We're going to put this plan into action for X amount of time so that we can see what works, so that we can refine this process, so that we can see what feels good for us and our energy and how it is we want to show up and serve the vision of the business, right? So it's a big experiment. You're putting into action a strategy so that you can really see what's working and what isn't, and leverage the parts that feel good and leverage the parts that are working, and continue building momentum on that, right? So once you have a plan or a strategy in place, this question is a game changer, because then you're like, oh, wait, my business has a plan. My business has a strategy. All it literally needs is for someone to continue executing on that strategy. Like, there's no decision-making process to happen here. There's literally nothing to do but just to keep doing the thing. And so that's what is ultimately making the business work and run and grow, is building out those systems and processes. And all I need to do is really take care of myself so that I can show up and execute on that plan, right? There's no other, like, all the thoughts of like, oh wait, what am I supposed to do today? And like, oh, should I say this or should I say that? Like, all of that is already decided, and all we do is we take action on it. It saves you so much brain power, you guys, because that's the other thing that really drains us, is when we are waking up every day going, oh God, and what am I supposed to do today? And making all of those decisions in that, right there on the spot is so much pressure, and it causes so much fatigue, and that is going to drain your momentum and your motivation exponentially. So having a plan, having that structure, that little bit of structure, this is where the structure and the flow come together, right? Because the structure actually provides you a container for your creativity to come out and play. You're like, oh, there's really not a whole lot of decision making here, because it's already been decided, and this is what we're doing and this is what we're executing on. I get to go play, take wild, radical care of me, get into my pleasure, get into my joy, like go fucking live and do the things that light me up outside of business, so that I can come into business with a full cup and just do the thing, just execute on the plan, just create and continue that momentum, okay? That's all it is, and that's why it's so powerful. So that's what I have for you guys today. If you feel like you are in a spot where you are, where you don't have that strategy, where you don't have that action plan, where you don't have that roadmap, and you're waking up every day going, what the fuck am I doing, and what am I supposed to say? That's that's where I can help you. We can talk about building that strategy or building that roadmap, building some of that structure so that you know exactly how you are showing up for your business for the next 30 days or the next 90 days so that you can build that solid foundation and start to get some of those systems and processes in place and build from that, right? That way you get to have the structure mingled with the flow, mingled with the play, mingled with the pleasure. You have that roadmap. You know that your business is working because all it is showing up for these next 30 or 90 days to gain the momentum, so that you can continue to refine and tweak and leverage what is working and keep the momentum going, keep building, keep growing, right? Does that make sense? So if you feel like, yeah, I need the game plan, I need the strategy, I'm done throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping something sticks, then get on a free clarity call with me. We'll talk about what your biggest block or hindrance to more impact and sales is right now, and we'll help you build that roadmap. And you can walk away with a 30-day or a 90-day action plan, right? You can walk away with a strategy and then start implementing this very question as a tool in your business straight away, right? So hop on a call with me if you feel like you need that support to build that plan, to build that roadmap, to get clear on what the next step for you and your business is. And we can talk about it, okay? So that's what I have for you guys today. I will see you guys next Thursday. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you, love you, love you. Bye.
Thank you for watching, and remember, sharing is caring. If you found value in this video, please share it with a friend who needs to hear it. As always, we love your feedback. Please share with us your biggest takeaways in the comments, and for more personal interaction, come join the Creatrix community over on Instagram.